So where can people find work if there's none out there? Here to weigh in is our A-plus panel for the day, editor-in-chief of HerMoney.com, Katherine Tuggle, and former director of the SEC Division of Investment Management, Norm Champ. And just so you folks know, it's always Tuggle and Champ. You've become like a thing to us. That's the way we describe you. So let me start with the aforementioned Katherine Tuggle. Katherine, where are the jobs? I mean, something that I think surprised Wall Street was not the GDP number, which was negative, but the uptick again in unemployment claims.
Right. So we have a longer road ahead of us than anybody thought. I think back to when the pandemic first began and we were all saying, oh, we'll be back in the office in a couple of months. And oh, how naive that seems now. In addition to the 40% of jobs that you referenced that may not ever come back, there was new data from the University of Chicago this week showing that 40% of jobs in the country can be done remotely, representing 46% of U.S. wages. So if you are looking for a bright spot right now, it's that we live in an era where everybody has internet connectivity and we can work remotely. In addition to that, we have companies including Whole Foods, Kroger, CVS, Target, tech firms, financial services firms that are hiring, but the jobs are thin on the ground.
Yeah, Norm, let me ask you this about the jobs that are being lost. Is this just creative destruction? Is this something that comes down the road eventually anyway in some of these jobs?
Absolutely. So I hear the economists in saying that we're going to have 40% of these jobs may not be back. However, there will be other jobs created. As Katherine was just saying, you're seeing huge demand in other areas. Right now, can't get a home weight set for love or money, right? So if you could make those, you would be able to sell them. I think there's demand that's shifted to other areas, and we'll see job pickup in those areas. Certainly anything to do with online work, because we are going to see a shift to more online work out of this, and there's lots of potential there for job creation as well.
Then, Katherine, what concerns you? Because you said at the top here that it's not going to be as quick a recovery as we were hoping for, and I think we're recognizing that. But what makes you say that, and how do you think it does unfold?
We've had an epically bad second quarter. This is the worst 3-month contraction of the U.S. economy ever in recorded history. So I think that when you see numbers like that, despite the stock market doing well, it's easy to get disheartened. So I think it's going to be 2021 before we recover. I think initially everybody said we'll have a vaccine by 2020. Everybody will be back to work by 2020. And it's just not happening this year.
Yeah, Norm, one thing that concerns me, and it concerned me before Donald Trump, and it continues to concern me, is the haves and the have-nots. And in this situation, you're getting that exacerbated right now because there are a lot of people out of work. And then those that are working, you know, interest rates are low. They can buy things cheaper than they could before. Things are going fine. And that could create more of a polarization economically.
No question. We are seeing this recession and this pandemic is disproportionately affecting hourly wage workers, those who have to go somewhere, a coffee shop or so forth, to have their job. And you're absolutely right. And it's less affecting those on the more affluent side who can work remotely, the so-called knowledge workers, et cetera. We've got to get all these groups back to work, and the way to do that is through growth. So we have had this historic contraction, no question, but that gives us a lower base. So up here, if we can get growth going, then we can make strides more quickly, get everyone back to work. I would say the thing that is, it's all going to turn now on the vaccine, right? I think that we probably all thought that maybe there would be preventive measures or precautions and we'd be going back to the office without a vaccine. I think now it's getting clear that the majority of workers are not going back to the office or a place.
I think you're right. We're here in our office and we're doing fine. We all wear masks when I'm not on the air. But a lot of this does come, Katherine, to getting rid of this virus in some fashion, right?
Right. And that's the hardest part, is all the unknowns. We all wish that we knew. We all wish that we had a crystal ball. How many times have Wall Street traders said that as well? And we don't. But the news is encouraging when you do look at the vaccine news and how quickly we might be able to get that to market. But I think that anybody who is expecting to be back in an office this year needs to rethink that plan.
Yeah. Tuggle and Champ, you can see them touring the country in the coming months. Well, maybe not, but they'll be here. Very nicely done. Thank you, Catherine and Norm. Coming back, we're going to